in European raw materials policy?
Thank you, Mr. Szymanski. I now call the Commissioner. You have the floor.
Grazie, signor.
Thank you, Madam President. As you know, at the beginning of February, the Commission adopted the updating of the EU strategy on raw materials, and this strategy is divided between three pillars. The first pillar concerns supply in raw materials from outside the European Union through agreements with the African Union, and we have incorporated into our agenda of meetings with the Russian Federation this issue of raw materials. And as I said in the course of the last debate, in June I shall be in Brazil, Argentina and Chile in order to launch diplomatic action vis-à-vis those countries in Latin America. And then I'll be talking about relations with China. The second pillar of our policy involves strengthening sustainable supply of raw materials within our European Union. And that's why we have updated the Natura 2000 provisions in agreement with Commissioner Potocnik. We don't want the Natura 2000 and its provisions to conflict with our idea of getting more raw materials in the EU while wanting to conserve and protect the environment. And then our last pillar is efficient use of resources. As I said in the last debate, in the context of our innovation policy, we are planning some new partnerships in various sectors, and one of these is the sector of raw materials, and one of these innovation partnerships is going to dwell in particular on activities that we can carry out in the area of recycling and substitution of raw materials. The new communication stresses in particular the whole question of supply, the concentrates on the supply situation when it comes to certain raw materials. Of course, when it comes to the export limitation decided by China on rare earths, obviously that does reduce supply on the world market. Obviously, we are looking at the situation. We need to find the right tools, the appropriate multilateral tools, including having recourse to the WTO and also looking at improving our bilateral relations with China. And within the WTO, we have launched a dispute settlement procedure with China concerning access to the 9 main raw earths in the course of 2009, and the case is now being examined. This has reached an advanced stage, and we're also looking at reflecting on a WTO procedure for rare earths. When it comes to the bilateral level, the Commission has looked at this issue with the Chinese administration on various occasions at the political level and at the technical level, and as of the end of 2010 we set up a working group involving the EU and China, which is designed to facilitate the dialogue on rare earths and on other raw materials. The European Union, both within its strategic partnerships and in the context of its dialogues on future policies, will be conducting an active raw materials diplomacy in order to guarantee our access to these raw materials, especially access to those that are strategic and vital. For example, we've launched a bilateral dialogue in the context of the common strategy for Africa, the EU 2011-2013, and this involves a chapter dedicated to raw materials. When it comes to our relations with Russia and Latin America, I've already mentioned those. Within the European Union, the Commission is looking for deposits of fundamental raw materials, and this is a goal that's being promoted by the Pro-Mine project of 2010-2013 in the context of the 7th Framework Programme. When it comes to recycling, this involves technological challenges which are huge, especially as the quantity of raw materials contained in many products are very, very tiny. Our strategy involves promoting recycling through actions that will improve our efficacy and enhance European legislation in the area of waste management and recycling. We're also going to promote research and innovation in the area of recycling and substitution, and as has already been done in the context of the 7th Framework Programme for the financing of projects concerning substitution of rare earths. In this context, the Commission is looking at the possibility of launching a partnership for innovation in the context of raw materials, and I hope they'll be able to come up with a substantive proposal over the next few months. We've also launched cooperation with the United States in the area of innovation, and we are examining the possibility of cooperating also with Japan. Naturally, we're going to carry on following very closely the whole issue of essential raw materials in order to define priority actions, and we also believe that the security of supply for raw materials is mainly a task of companies. However, we are ready to discuss in close cooperation with Member States of the cost benefit and the value added of a stockpiling policy for raw materials, and this is what we are doing, and of course I'm always ready to listen to suggestions from the European Parliament in order to carry on ensuring that we have an active approach in the Commission on an issue which is crucial for the competitive position of our European entrepreneurial system.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Now, on behalf of the political groups, I give the floor first to Mr. Rubik for 2 minutes on behalf of the EPP. Thank you, President. Commissioner Tajani, thank you very much indeed for the initiatives you're taking. I think these raw materials are really the basis of a healthy industrial policy in the future.